Hi guys, welcome to my first video. This is going to be a stretching video. I'll go through 10 stretching exercises. Each week I'll do a stretching video, a strength video and a Pilates kind of core video for runners. I think this is a great time for me to do this because I've been meaning to do a course like this for a long time, but what better time when everything else is cancelled and we can't do anything else. So gives me the time to make the videos, gives you guys the time and to do the exercises because there's nothing else to do. Everyone's isolated and things are stopping and we're all in limbo. Alright, so let's get into the first video. This is stretching number 1, week 1. I want to just start with lumbar rotation. So we're on our elbows like this, perch up on elbows, feet together, knees together, and just gently rocking like this, side to side. And we'll do this for a minute, okay? So just a minute, side to side. Now it's up to you how you're going to use these videos. You might just do, the 10 exercises, 3 separate times during the week. You might choose to just do the strength video. You might just choose to do the Pilates video. Do that 3 times during the week. Or you might choose to do all 3 of them back to back and just do it sort of, a couple of times a week, but do all 3. So yeah, I'm just gently rocking side to side, and as you can see, I'm just lifting one hip up, so it's off the ground, and keeping still up here, so my ribs cage isn't moving. It's just my lower back. It's a lower back stretch, just gentle. You don't have to do it hard or really stretch as far as you feel like you can. It's more just a rhythmical, relaxed kind of stretch. And often the lower back muscles turn off a little bit just because you're doing this sort of nice, easy, sort of comfortable kind of stretch. Alright, so then the next one, it's actually called telescope arms. So often I just put a towel of some nature here or a pillow, and then you just stretch forward and then rotate back. Stretch forward, so I'm stretching past that bottom hand, yep, and then rotate back, and you can see my knees are just bent, and this time my lower back's not moving, and it's more my thoracic spine, so my mid spine that's rotating. You'll find, we'll do 10 on this side and then 10 on the other side, but what you'll find is one side feels easier than the other, and it's because all of us have a dominant hand, whether that's right or left, or you might have had an injury in the past, or it might be related to how you move and the habits that you have and how you move each day. So it just creates a bit of like an asymmetry and some tightness on one side more than the other. Okay, that's 10. So let's do 10 on the other side. So switch around. Yep, knees bent so that this is all anchored, that pelvis is anchored to the ground. Towel or pillow, stretch forward, rotate back, and what you can do is your eyes can follow that top hand. Stretch forward and rotate back. Telescope arms. Great mid-back stretch, but also just a good shoulder stretch as well, chest stretch for those that have been sitting a lot with work. Alright, 4 more. Keep watching your hand. And relax. It's not meant to be a strength exercise. It's meant to be an exercise where you're just relaxing and trying to feel the stretch. Even waiting at the end point of the range is quite nice. And even in breathing in and then breathing out. Yeah, closing your eyes sometimes helps feel the stretch too. Okay, that's 10 on that side. Okay, third exercise is actually called thread the needle. So you're on all 4s, you stretch one arm under the other, and then you rotate back to the sky, hailing the gods. Yep, so your eyes are watching your hand, you thread under the other, and then up. So your eyes are following your hand. Another mid-back stretch this is. It's another good thoracic stretch. Three more. Make sure your knees are under your hips, your hands are under your shoulders, your back is square. Two more. Okay, then other side. Stretching it under. I definitely can't get as far this side. In and under, threading the needle. Eyes follow your hand. Rotate as far up to the sky as you can. So you're opening your chest. Four more. Focus on relaxing, it's not meant to be tense. You can see your back, like see, occasionally I'm doing that too much, so yeah, try to, if there's a mirror and you can see your posture, make sure that your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips, like it's just really good for your body awareness as well to try to, see what you're doing and what you think you're doing. One more. Nice. Okay, so that's the third exercise done. Next exercise is actually called snow angels. So lie on your back, breathe in, really inflate those lungs, get the air right into the bases of your ribs, and while you breathe in, you reach up over your head, you tap the ground, and then breathe out as your hands go down to your hips. Breathe in. This is a great relaxing one, a great stress reliever. Have your knees bent, and if you have your knees bent, then you can better keep your back flat, because often when you raise your arms over your head, your lower back really wants to arch. So you can better keep it flat, and so that the stretch is more coming through your chest and through your thoracic spine rather than just your lower back. Okay, so breathe in and out. Snow angels, so it's like you're making a snow angel in the snow. And out. In, hands to the ground, right over your head. Try to get those arms to your ears. Keep your back flat and trace those hands the whole way along the ground, all the way to your hips. In and out. And why the breathing? It just really gets you to relax, because a lot of people are just holding their breath the whole time. So if you're actually concentrating on breathing for once, it actually gets your muscles to relax a little bit, rather than just, breathing up here apically, like at the top of the lungs, and tensing while you do it. So try to get the air to the bases of the lungs. Two more. Alright, so next stretch is a neck stretch. So get somewhere comfortable, somewhere where you're quite comfortable. You might even sit down, you might just stand up and do it. And then just slowly breathe in and out. So what you're doing is your hand is on your ear, like that, and you're pulling towards that arm. You're not pulling aggressively, But when you breathe in, you feel a little tense, but when you breathe out, you actually feel like you relax, and then just make the most of that time where you feel like you elongate through here, but you're not really forcing down, you're just gently feeling a light stretch. So I don't want everyone to aggressively do this one. This was just a gentle one. So yeah, once again, breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. This time when you do it, look down. So breathe in and out. So you're looking down at the ground. You're still pulling across, but it just gets stretches slightly further back. Elongate as you breathe out. Alright, 2 more. This time look up. And again. Alright, other side. Close your eyes, make sure you relax more. And again. Okay, now look down. Okay, last one, look up, hand across as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, gently elongate. Feel the stretch, but don't pull too hard, just a light, a light lean, so you're elongating through here. On the out. Alright, so now some calf and hamstring stretching. So up into sort of a downward dog position, and then I want us just to slowly step ourselves in like this all the way, and then slowly step ourselves out. Okay, and meanwhile you should be feeling the stretch all the way along your calf through your hamstring through and behind the knee. Okay, slowly step yourself in. Some people will be able to step in further than others. I can't step in very far, I'm a tight marathoner. And then slowly step out. And anyone who's thinking this is too easy isn't in the right headspace at the moment. So this is meant to be stretching. The whole goal of this is about stretching and doing some stuff that most people don't give enough time to. And what's the idea behind stretching? Well, particularly in this time period where we are probably sitting more, it's probably worth doing because it's just movement. Some dynamic stretching. A lot of this is just dynamic stretching. Alright, we're going to do 2 more in and outs, okay? Kind of good exercise on the wrists and the hands and the pecs. Okay, and out. And again. Stretch those ankles. And then out. Good, okay. Exercise number 7. Here we go. So if we're lying on the side, once again get a pillow that's more comfortable. This is a quad stretch. So you stretch back like that. Just watch that you're not going up too high, which I have a tendency to do, or down too low. So sort of keep your knee in line with your hip. Yep. Stretching back and then stretching forward and pull up towards you. Yep. Stretch back. Keep your back still. It's just your hip that you're stretching. That's it. I'm going to do 10 of these. And yeah, you can sort of go down and up a little bit, just about the center, and you'll just find you get a bit more of a stretch. And it's not just here that we're going to, okay? We're trying to stretch your knee, to bend your knee, but then also at this hip joint, feel like that you're not in that position, you're trying to stretch it further back, almost so that your knee, if you look down at it, it's behind you and you can't actually see it in front of you. That's it. Okay, 4 more. That's it. Good. Good. 1 more for good measure. Okay, good. Swap sides. Stretch behind you. Yeah, everyone's got a side that you don't feel is a little bit tighter than the other. For me, it's my left side. Yeah, so this is just a great quad stretch, I reckon. And it's nice and dynamic, so it just feels like it limbers you up. So, this is a great routine. You've been sitting all day just to do before you actually do go for your little solo run, either on the treadmill or outside. Alright, 5 more. Relax that neck. So lie on a pillow so that you're more focusing on just stretching, not tensing too much. Feel like the body's, limbering up, not getting as tight. Two more. Feel that, stretch forwards as well. It's a nice one. Yeah. 1 more. There you go. Okay, pretzel. So you can either do that like this, and if that's feeling like enough through the outside of your hip, so through here, on the right leg for me as I do it, then that's great. That's a perfect stretch. If it's not, grab your hands, thread your hands in through behind that left knee, and then with your right elbow push out and hold this stretch. Yeah. So you could do it like that, or you could just do it like this. So whatever feels like a stretch. If you're not pushing yourself, then push yourself a little bit more with, yeah, that's probably a better description of what the pretzel is. Yeah. Yeah, so let's just hold it for another 15 seconds, okay? I'm tight around my hips, so that feels plenty. Alright, another 7 seconds. And you can see I'm just rocking a little bit. Sometimes literally just moving a little bit. You just feel like a little bit more tightness at some point. So it's not a bad idea to do. Yeah, just slowly rocking your knees side to side until you sort of feel a bit more of a stronger stretch through your hip. Alright, other side. Okay, we'll do 30 seconds on this side as well. So you can see left hip, yeah, definitely for me, tighter. Can't get my knees sort of more cramped up like that, so I can't get it away as much. So like, for example, this one just feels so tight on me, doing the curled up pretzel. But for others, like I'll have other people doing these exercises where they're like, oh gee, this is easy. Okay, so I mean, it's all dependent on who you are and how mobile you are and how flexible you are. So for those that this is, even this is too easy, there is, depending if you don't have any sort of hip pathology, lying on your tummy and then just slowly rolling out. So lying on your knee and forward, and then slowly rolling outways on the leg that you're trying to stretch. That's a great stretch because you get your body weight going through it. Yep. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Great. Okay, and then next one, hip flexor. So, going to do the hip flexor just facing you guys. So with this, The whole idea is to try to tuck your hips under just a little bit. So it's like that. So with your pelvis, you're not too arched. You're trying to tuck your tailbone under, and then that's all you need to do. You don't need to go like that. Just like that. Okay. So that's what I'm doing as I'm facing you guys. Tuck under like that, and then what I think would be a nice stretch is just to slowly sort of stretch away from that hip flexor. So you've just gently tucked under, and then you're also adding a lateral sort of motion where you're almost like the Mexican wave. You're trying to go from straight, and you're just leaning a little bit over to the left, away from the right hip that you're stretching. Yeah. And now just do a few tucks. Yep. Swap legs. We're almost done. We've done 20 minutes. So tuck, stretch away from that left leg, so stretch to the right. That's it. Good. And then keep tucking. Okay, and then just one while we're in this position, so bend and straighten that front leg as well. Okay, so just another light sort of hamstring stretch. So if you want to see that from the side, so instead of that being there, I just straightened it. So go forward and then back. Yep, forward and back, forward, back. Okay, other side. You don't need to do many, you just limber enough, remember. Alright, and then you've pretty much done all the stretches that I wanted you to do. So you've done a lot of sort of, you've done a lower back, you've done some mid back, you've done a neck one, you've done some arm movement, you've done some hip stretches, some quad, calf and hammy, and that's plenty. That's 20 minutes worth. So pretty much it's up to you how you're going to use these exercises. What I'd be recommending is maybe twice a week you start off with the stretching routine, and then you go into do the strength and the Pilates as well. So just 2 big sessions in the week. If you don't have that time, then just, even if it is just like, okay, one day you do the stretching, one day you do the core, one day you do the strength, that'd be fantastic. But I'll leave it up to you. All right, thanks guys. I hope you enjoy these videos.